Well, the winter storm that is going to hit us this afternoon is actually one of 3 winter storms crossing the country right now. Now, we were able to dodge the first one that tracked by to our south, but states south of us weren't so lucky. Take a look at this video. This is from West Virginia. There were multiple cars that just slid right off the road, cars and trucks. It was even worse in Virginia. The governor there actually declared a state of emergency. You can see the struggle there to keep the roads clear. There were more than 800 crashes reported across Virginia. And crews, well, they're still trying to clean up some of that mess. Now, take a look at this. This is also on the East Coast. This is Olney, Maryland. And this is drone video showing a neighborhood covered in ice and snow. And it gives us a glimpse of what we could expect later today. Yes, it is pretty. It is beautiful, but it could also be a headache. Take a look at this. This is the system we're tracking. And Mike Taylor has been keeping an eye on this, talking about it since last week. He has the track of the storm, when it will arrive, and the watches and warnings currently in effect. Mike?
Yeah, that's right, Keenan. I got to say, even if you're a fan of snow like I am, you don't want to drive in it just because it can be dangerous, to put it simply, especially if those roads are not cleared. And the snow will be coming down pretty tough. Even though the crews are out there, it's going to be tough to keep up with the snow pace. I will let you know, out the door right now, temperatures in the teens, in the 20s. The wind chills are not much different than the actual temp. So it's a quiet start to your morning. But while we're enjoying this quiet start, the storm has already developed. It's near Kansas City, and we're just simply waiting for it to reach us, give it some time, roughly around 1 o'clock. It's going to be knocking on the door of Metro Detroit. Out ahead of this, we have the winter storm alerts, winter storm warnings, as well as winter weather advisories. That's in effect here locally, primarily closer to the thumb here, north of Detroit. You have the warning. Everyone else is under the advisory. So let's talk about these impacts now using the Weather Planner Plus. First things first, as I was talking about, impacts for the bus stop, and we have no impacts for this morning. The drive home has me a little bit concerned, especially if schools are not dismissing early, because around 1 o'clock the snow will start to move in, and with the temperatures that we have, the surface is cold. It's not going to take any time for these roads to get slick, and the snow will come down pretty good, causing that. So a very different ride home for the school buses. So of course, take it easy out there. Ice and sleet, that is a possibility, but not for everyone. I think if you're far enough north away from the state line, you're going to get all snow from this system. But the further south you are, a wintry mix could sneak in here, giving us not only sleet and ice, that's going to mix in with the snow. That's why you'll find that the snow totals are a little bit lower just south of the city of Detroit. Most areas are going to pick up about 4 to 6 inches of snow, and in the winter storm warning criteria, about 5 to 8 inches or more will be a possibility in that zone. So a decent amount of snow, to say the least. And while we're digging out from this one, I will mention there's another storm on the weekend. I don't want it to get lost in the shuffle here. As this storm pulls away tomorrow morning, we'll get some peace and quiet on Friday. And look at this, another storm will be developing Friday afternoon, reaching us as we go towards your Saturday morning. And this one might get some re-enhancement as it starts to pick up more moisture from the Gulf, and it could stick around into Sunday as well. So talk about a busy weekend and a busy winter pattern that we have for Metro Detroit. So your 7-day forecast, it looks like this. We'll see temperatures only into the 20s for Thursday and Friday. That additional storm on Saturday will be here, and Arctic air will follow that with single-digit lows to start next week.